Hey YouTube. Hey, I see I had a little bit of a problem with my last video. I lost an entire 18-minute video of taking this thing apart. But I didn't realize it didn't upload and it left you guys hanging. And I do apologize for that. Anyways, what you missed? Well, you missed me pulling out the bolts here to pull the cover. And here's the cover. You have the three bearings here that sit inside of here. Now, what I did find when I was talking, hopefully you all heard about this bearing leaking. Well, right behind the bearing right here is an oil seal. So this seal is shot. It's kind of like the seal you'd get a little bit like on a car. The problem is that it is shot. It slides on here too much, and it's not, I don't know, it's just not holding the oil back. And what's happening is it's coming through the bearing here. So I ordered a new bearing and a new seal, and actually I ordered one of these and two of these seals in case the seal ever goes again. And I'm going to try to replace that seal. So I did get a shipment in, and again, this is the G1021 15-inch thickness planer, and we did order new gasket seals that will fit right up in here. And oops, something just fell out. Oh, the springs. So anyways, let me pick all these up because apparently they didn't zip lock the bag. So I ordered 4 new springs just in case, and those springs were for the chain tensioner here. But we're going to take a look because I ordered a new chain tensioner too. And it's right here. Whoops, I dropped it. My fingers are a little oily this morning. So now I'm holding on to my cell phone a little bit here, guys. So you got to bear with me a little bit. I'm going to try to open this while I hold this. I want to see how bad that chain tensioner was worn out. So I'm trying to open it. Hang on, guys. Sorry. Apologize. Alright, here's the new tensioner. There's the old tensioner. So there's a difference. You see how much wider that one is compared to that one. It's a little worn. So it should help with a new one in there. Yeah, these parts weren't too expensive. But yeah, that was my concern, was the edge. You can see there's a groove in that upper one, and that's probably from the chain. And this one don't have that groove. So this one is a little thicker. So I'm just hoping with the new parts that, again, the equipment runs smoother, better. I ordered a new chain for the one that does not ride with the tensioner because I felt it was too loose. So I'm hoping that works out. And that's it. Just a bunch of airbags I can tape in the vehicle for when I get in an accident. No, I'm just kidding. So anyways, let's get back to what I did. So I ended up pulling this off, and I ended up using a scraper to get in right on the gasket and break that. That way I didn't damage or nick the surface here. So I will clean up the surface, spray it all down with some brake clean and make sure there's nothing on there. Same thing with this side. Just make sure that everything is nice and smooth so that when the pressure's put back on, that it actually seals. This is your speed adjustment arm. And for a lot of people that don't know, let me try to get this gasket fixed. Okay, nope. Here it comes there. Now it's against the bearing like it's supposed to be. So when you adjust your 16 to 20 feet per minute, board feet per minute for planing, you give yourself a pull and your gears will mesh. And there's a little fork right here that grabs that whole shaft. You can see it there. Now with this thing not being inside the hole, which is right here, it moves around a lot, and that would be normal because it's not held with the guiding of it. And there's the fork itself. My only problem is if I pull this bearing off, which I went and bought a bearing puller, is the problem of putting it on. I know I don't have a press. I'm going to have to find a socket that fits this inner race. You'd never hammer anything from the outside of that inner race because you will break the bearing. So I'm going to have to find a socket. The other problem is this shaft, from looking at the actual schematics in the booklet down there, this shaft has another bearing on the other side of that gear, which is just sitting in a slot like this. It's just sitting in a slot. So I could take this bearing off and this bearing off to get all this out of the way to pull this shaft. But do I want to mess up any of these bearings? Not really. So I'm going to try to remove this bearing, and I'll leave that to another video because I just wanted to update on what I did. But anyways, I want to pull this out so that when these two parts come in, I can put the new seal in and put the new bearing in. And the reason I say a new bearing, it's pretty stiff. I don't feel like any stuff's in it. But like this one and this one are a lot looser than this bearing. So I would rather just replace it. This bearing was $9.50. So to make sure nothing goes wrong, I would rather replace it. The other thing would be that if I put the new one on and I mess it up, at least I'll have the old one I can put in. Otherwise, I just got to order another bearing. But I was thinking maybe if I just sprayed this out with some brake clean, cleaned it up, and then put some oil, fresh oil in there, and then put it back on, if we'll be okay. But anyways, I do want to spray this out. Excuse me. I want to get this gunk off. Any gunk that I see in here, I want to clean up real well. And I did buy new oil, brake clean. This is what I'm using. Oh boy. This is all I'm going to use right here. High strength formula. And it dries fast, so you don't have to worry about it like eating your metal and that. And there's the bearing puller. I bought this filler tube that fits right on the oil containers because I got to get into this hole here. But it looks like I'm going to have to somehow make that fit. So I don't know if I'll have to just sand the outside of that down just to get it in there. And then I did buy the oil. And I bought 80W90, which was actually in the manual to put back in here. And again, the oil drain hole is there. And that was the oil fill. So when the oil gets up to this part, it'll be level coming across right here. So that way the oil's slung up and everything will match. Well, anyways, that's where I'm at. So it was just a matter of taking the case off, draining the oil, going through, double checking the seal, making sure that all the teeth are intact and everything looks good. There's no broken teeth. There's no major wear. There's no grooves or divots or any pitting or any of that. Everything looks really good. So I'm happy. I just didn't want to have to pull this, but I'm gonna have to. So that's where I'm at. I just wanted to let you know that I got the shipment in of those parts, and I'm still waiting on this bearing and this seal. And yeah, that's all we have to do is just clean everything up, which I could probably spray it down real quick and get some more of that gook out of there. Shake up this can. It's about 40 degrees in here, so kind of cold. I got no sweatshirt on, but what are you gonna do? I don't feel like wasting money on gas right now. I'm just spraying this all down, and then I'll make sure before I'll squirt some oil in these bearings before I close it all up. Now by cleaning that bearing, see, it's still pretty tight. Yeah, that's pretty tight yet. But I don't know, it could be the thick grease, it could be kindly worn out. I don't know. Oh, yeah, it's loosening up. So maybe it is just, yeah, see, it's working now. Now it's starting to turn. Yeah, it was just that thick. There it goes. Now it's rolling. Yeah, it just needed to be cleaned out and fresh oil put back in. So maybe I'll clean that up a little bit better, but that seal's I'm still gonna replace the, there must be a weight on there or something. But yeah, I think I'm just still gonna replace that bearing. And when I was looking at the grease, there's a lot of, I did get a little silver from the gears on there. So you know they're meshing properly. And anyways, I just wanted to let you know what I did, where we're at, got the parts, and I'll make a video again when we go to actually pull this bearing, replace the seal, put the new bearing on, and I'll have everything cleaned up so that we can put the gasket in and we can put all the bolts back in and get everything back together, the new tensioner, all that. So just wanted to update you guys where we're at and what I'm waiting for. But yeah, I lost that other video for some stupid reason. I don't know why it did not upload, but I apologize. So this is actually still part 1, but it'll be part 1A to the repairing the thickness planer of the G1021. All right, guys and ladies, you all have a great day. Continue to make something good out of wood and stay healthy. We'll talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye.